Good day. Here are the top stories of the Manila Times for Thursday, February 24, 2022. Brought to you by Wilcon Depot, the country's leading home improvement and construction supplies retailer. Shop conveniently 24/7 with Wilcon online store. Just go to shop.wilcon.com.ph. In less than 2 weeks, pole vaulter Ernest John E.J. Obiena captured 2 gold medals in Poland. On Tuesday, Wednesday in Manila, Obiena jumped 5.81 meters to rule the Orlen Copernicus Cup, a World Athletics Indoor Tour event in Torun, Poland. Obiena matched his 5.81 meter performance at the 2022 Orlen Cup in Lodz, Poland on February 11, where he also bagged the gold medal. Obiena, who owns the Asian pole vault record of 5.93 meters, cleared 5.41 meters on the first try but needed 3 attempts to hurdle the 5.61 meter bar on his third and final attempt. He cleared the 5.71 meter bar in 1 jump and the 5.81 meter bar in his third try. This is the 5th tournament for Obiena in 2022. He started the season back-to-back 5.70 meter jumps before winning the gold in Lodz. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. said on Wednesday that the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, or IATF-EID, is supportive of the downgrading of restrictions in the National Capital Region, or NCR, to the most lenient Alert Level 1. Galvez said that he supports the recommendation of mayors in Metro Manila to lower the alert level to 1. Metro Manila mayors unanimously agreed to ease restrictions in the NCR, citing the decline of COVID-19 cases in the past few days. The move was welcomed by health experts and the business sector. Former Senator and presidential candidate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. said on Wednesday that he will end the practice of labor contractualization, also known as end of contract or ENDO, if elected. Ending ENDO was among the unfulfilled campaign promises of President Rodrigo Duterte. Marcos said he will make it happen by prioritizing the passage of the Security of Tenure Act. In 2019, Duterte vetoed a bill that would give workers security of tenure. Marcos explained that Duterte vetoed the measure for unduly broadening the scope of labor-only contracting, adding the bill should instead be amended to ensure it would protect workers' rights. The COVID-19 pandemic led to the harsh realization of the importance of accessible healthcare. Association of Health Maintenance Organizations of the Philippines Incorporated, or AHMOPI Executive Director Carlos Da Silva said. He added that the health maintenance organizations, or HMO, have proven their worth during the pandemic. Da Silva said during the Manila Times online forum titled "A Good Job for Philippine Healthcare" that the number of individual accounts was now slowly catching up with corporate accounts, mainly due to HMOs making their products prepaid or available over the counter through electronic payment systems. He said micro HMO coverages were initially created for members of marginalized sectors such as fishermen, farmers, and market vendors, but were now popular among the general population in need of health insurance without the tedious paperwork. The government plans to borrow 250 billion pesos from local sources next month, according to the Bureau of Treasury, or BTR, figures released on Wednesday. It will be more than the 200 billion pesos scheduled for this month and the 160 billion pesos set for March 2022 if the program is followed. Treasury bills, or T-bills, were eyed to bring in 75 billion pesos, while T-bonds were targeted to bring 175 billion pesos. 25 billion pesos in T-bills will be sourced through the 91-day tenor, 25 billion pesos through the 182-day tenor, and 25 billion pesos through the 364-day tenor. Meanwhile, 70 billion pesos in T-bonds will be generated through the 7-year tenor, 35 billion pesos through the 3-year tenor, 35 billion pesos through the 4-year tenor, and another 35 billion pesos through the 10-year tenor. Unbeaten Magnolia tries to move closer to an outright top 4 berth when it shoots for its 7th consecutive win in the PBA Governors Cup. The Hotshots, the only undefeated team in the tournament, is off to their best start ever under head coach Chito Victolero. They will take on the Northport Batangpier in the main game at 6 p.m. today, February 24, at the Inaris Center in Antipolo City. With a 6-0 win-loss slate, the Hotshots are in no mood of slowing down at this point, especially since several of their key players are still recovering from injuries. In Acapulco, Rafael Nadal matched his best career start to an ATP Tour season with a victory on Tuesday, Wednesday, in Manila in his first match since capturing the Australian Open title, reaching the second round of the Mexican Open. The 35-year-old Spanish left-hander defeated U.S. lucky loser Denis Kudla 6-3, 6-2 to book a hardcore date with American Stefan Kozlov in the last 16. The victory lifted Nadal to 11-0 this year, matching his best career to start to any season. He also won 11 matches in a row to begin the 2014 campaign before losing to Swiss Stan Wawrinka in an Australian Open final. Nadal won his men's record 21st Grand Slam title at last month's Australian Open, breaking the career mark of 20 slams crown he had shared with Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer. The Manila Times editorial talks about the uncertain prospects the PH auto industry is facing in 2022. Read its full version in the opinion section on print, its digital edition, or listen to the voice of the Times. Featured columnists on page 1 are Yen Macabenta, Antonio Contreras, and Edce Lagman. Macabenta writes about how the use of the internet is a factor decisively driving the 2022 election. Contreras on the mystery of Batas Pambansa 135, and Lagman on the Marcos Jr. presidency being a betrayal of the EDSA People Power Revolution. For more news and information, read the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and keep up with the Times. This is Christian Coro Maghanoy reporting.